Hi everyone. This is a partner meditation today. So you're going to need another living being, whether it's, your partner, your child, your parent, siblings, anybody who's living with you right now, even pets. So just grab somebody who's interested in joining you. And we're basically going to go back to basics with this activity, just doing your basic observation of breath, of heartbeat, of inner dialogue, and then we're just going to take it one step further with, observing the contact between you and the other person and being able to tune into the other person's breath. And the challenge here really is when you get into the more active, mindful breathing part of the activity, is that you're going to passively and patiently try to align your breath with the other person without forcing it. So just having to navigate and observe very patiently is a huge portion of this activity, but it's pretty cool just to see where your differences lie and how you can match up. So it's fun in that aspect. But just basic benefits of feeling increased calmness and just taking a moment for yourself, focus, inhibition. So just trying to not rush things as much as possible. And then the added benefit of connecting with another person. We spend a lot of time with people, but we don't necessarily connect in quiet space that we may benefit from. So I hope that you and whoever joins you enjoys yourself.
There are a variety of ways that you can set up for this partner meditation. We will demonstrate a couple of them, but if you're interested in any others, you can always Google them, and there's tons of variations that you can choose from so that you're comfortable and feel like you get the most out of the experience. So the first one, probably the most simple way to do this, is to sit back to back, kind of aligning your spines with one another, and making sure that you're both comfortable in this position. So using any props like a pillow or a yoga block, anything that will help you sustain the position throughout the meditation. The next one is hugging. So the key here is to make sure that you are heart to heart. So both parties need to have one hand, or one elbow rather, draped over the shoulder with the other arm wrapping around from underneath the partner's arm. That way you can come as close together as possible, and you are also evenly distributing your weight. And this would probably last a little less long, unless you feel like you can maintain this position for a long time. And another variation of this posture would be to do it standing if you feel comfortable doing it that way. Again, something that would last a little bit less long, but again, wanting to make sure that your spines are aligned in this position as you stand together. All right, so let us get started. Find your position, and again, remember to make any adjustments so that you're comfortable. Begin by finding a comfortable seat, choosing any posture that is comfortable for both parties involved. And you're just going to begin by settling in, making sure that you're fully comfortable, making any adjustments that are necessary so that both of you can sustain a comfortable position throughout the meditation. Bring one hand to your heart and one hand to your low belly. And if you feel comfortable, gently close your eyes at this time. Just begin to observe your breath, noticing its speed, noticing if you're breathing into your belly or your chest, noticing your inhale and your exhale. Take note of what crosses your mind and then allow it to move on. We're just noticing here. Notice if anything continues to pop up in your mind repeatedly, if there are any particular thoughts that you become entangled with. Just allow them to pass as you exhale. Try and quiet the mind, and as your breathing begins to slow down, try and find your heartbeat. Now begin to shift your awareness away from your breath and to the point of contact between you and your partner. Just noticing the path along which you're touching one another, noticing that sensory input. And now begin to go past that threshold and notice their breath. Just notice it, feeling their inhale and their exhale. Notice if it's different from yours or if it's similar. And we're just going to observe here, taking the attention away from our own breath and focusing on the rhythm of the external input. And now I want you to notice your own breath. Has anything changed about it since you began to observe your partner's breath? Now, ultimately, you want to get to a place where the rhythm of breath becomes synced, but don't force this. Allow this to occur through observing the other person's breath. So shift your attention back to your partner's breath. And maybe pick a number, maybe 3 or 5, and observe that many breaths from your partner as a means to stay attentive. Now check in and see if your breath is aligned with your partner. If not, again, don't force it. Just notice the subtle changes and bring your attention back to your partner's breath. Again, checking in and counting 3 to 5 inhales and 3 to 5 exhales. And continue this process of checking in with yourself, checking in with your partner, and taking a pulse on the rhythm between the two of you. And feel free to practice this or try and sustain that matched rhythm for as long as you feel comfortable. And once you feel like you have spent enough time here, remember to check in with yourself, noticing your breath and your mind and your heartbeat before you begin to come out of the meditation.